Have you found yourself vowing not to ever, ever, ever do something amazing, something nice, something lovely for your husband or for your wife? Are you unconsciously replaying the past bad experiences that you went through in the relationships that you are in before you got married? Well, in this video, I'll be speaking about walls. The walls that we build in our marriages. The walls that are affecting us slowly by slowly. The walls that make it hard for your partner to enjoy the marriage. And I will also be sharing amazing steps, practical steps that you can follow through in order to rebuild trust in your marriage, in order to love your partner wholeheartedly. But before we dive into that, my name is Sarah. I am a wife and a mother, and I am passionate about building marriages and nurturing healthy relationships. Did you know that the agreements that we make with ourselves after going through a bad experience or getting hurt actually silently dictate the course of our marriages? They dictate how we respond to our spouses, how we treat them, and some of the things come out unconsciously because you have written them deep down in your heart. You've stamped them and locked them up somewhere, and they just keep popping out. These are called walls. These walls can be emotional walls, some are financial, some are social walls, and you just find that you can't go past a certain thing. You can't love your wife past a certain way. You can't love your husband past a certain way. You always have a limit. And you could be asking yourself, do I really have walls? Do I have emotional walls? Am I even hurt? I mean, I just don't want to be bothered. Just things of I love you are too much. Why do we have to hold hands? Why do we have to, do certain things? For you, my wife is just too touchy. My wife is too. But the truth is, what is dictating your sort of I am strong, I'm a man kind of attitude is because of what you went through. And here are some of the root causes, some of the things that maybe could have caused you to build up those walls. Number one, the things that we saw. In the past, you could have caught your girlfriend or boyfriend red-handed, sleeping with someone, your friend, or someone you least expected. And that cut you deep down. And you sealed it, and you went with it and said, I'll never trust again. I will never do this again. I'll never surprise someone again because of what you saw. Number two, what you had. Still in your relationship or as you are growing up, you had people say, or people said these things about you. I don't like them. They're not good enough. I'm just with them because of the money. They're not the most beautiful. I prefer this person to her, or I prefer this to him. Now, hearing those things hurt you, and they created a certain emotion in you. And at the end of the day, you resolved never to love again. The third one is the discoveries, the things that you discovered about your partner. Maybe the person you actually married to right now. You started off really well, and last year or last week or last month, you discovered certain things about them, and you're still in shock because you have been living with this person for the past 3 years and you didn't know this other side of them. Or maybe in your past relationship, you discovered that your girlfriend or your boyfriend was actually having an affair with your friend, or having an affair with someone else, or doing something behind your back that did not please you. Now, I want you to know that because you didn't have closure, you never confronted, you never had that tough conversation with this person, you walked out feeling like you were the victim, and the other person was never held accountable. So every time that emotion played in your mind, it was just screaming betrayal. All men are bad. All women cannot be trusted. And you just had a small meeting with yourself where you made a vow, where you made an agreement. I'll never love again. I'll never trust again. I'll never be there for someone again in this other way because of what you went through. It's important to go through that closure session where you actually find out, or you have that tough conversation with a person on the other side. Why did you say I'm not good enough? Why did you actually sleep with that person, and yet I thought we were supposed to wait until we get married? Why did you have to do this behind my back without having a conversation with me? I understand that you're married right now and you may not be able to have that conversation because you have moved on from the past relationship. So that's why I'd advise you to speak to someone about what you went through step by step. Recollect everything that you saw, recollect every word, recollect every discovery, and just let it out and let this person walk you through that emotional pain, walk you out of that emotional pain instead of constantly dumping it in your spouse. Now, here are some of the ways you can tell that you are actually having an emotional wall around you. Your auto responses, it can't work. We don't need to go there. Why do you have to go that extra mile? Do I need to hug you? I mean, if we are here, why do we need to take a picture together? You know, such small comments where you feel like I have given you a house to stay. I am on the bed. You're also on the bed. Now you want to talk to me about what? You could be having an emotional wall, and you know what happens? Your spouse is going to turn to the other side of the bed and feel like you don't love them, you don't care for them, because you're not feeling that emotional void that they have. Remember, emotions are not just about touch. It's about how someone feels, the things you say about them, how you say them, how you look at them, how you pay attention to them. It's not a manager-worker relationship. It is husband and wife, you know. She texts you or he texts you and you're responding after 8 hours. She texts you with emojis of so many hearts, you're just plain. There is no emotion. Everything is dry. Everything is dry. Sometimes we say, no, I don't know how to love me. For me, my love language and all that. But the truth is, you could be going through, you could have built an emotional wall in your marriage, and it is silently destroying your partner. So what can you do to deal with this emotional wall? Remember that Rome was not built in a day. That wall was not built in a day. And therefore, it's not going to take only a day to pull it down. It's not going to take a day. It's not going to go in a snap of a finger. No. The first thing you can do, we talked about it earlier, is talk to someone, speak to someone. And specifically, I would want you to speak to someone who you trust, someone who is more experienced than you, someone who is able to guide you out of those emotions and actually give you good advice. Here on this channel, you can send me a DM and we can have a conversation on how to help you walk out of that emotional wall, or how to pull down that emotional wall process by process. The second thing that you can do is, which is very important, is speak to your partner about it. Get time, a convenient time when your wife or your husband is not stressed, and have that intimate conversation with them. First of all, they are going to feel like, oh, finally, she loves me, or he still loves me. And just as taking that step of that conversation is one way of, breaking a bit of that wall. Now, why that conversation with your partner is important is because everything is going to make sense. The way you used to respond, because they are auto responses, that's too much, or how you are playing, the marriage is dry, everything is dry, now makes sense because of what you went through. So The next time you're auto-responding like that, or you're just brushing them off, they are going to remind you, we agreed. Remember, after talking to them, make some resolutions. Help me and let us do this together and pull me up to the level that you are at. So when the next time you're doing that, the next time you're maybe playing or shouting or refusing to hold hands, he or she is going to remind you, remember, we did this, we said this is coming from this place, but we have a goal, this is our family, and for us, we are loving, and all those amazing things. Thirdly, always journal your feelings. Write them down. Whether you're feeling really low, or you're feeling excited, or you're just from having some very good moments. Journal them. Apart from the journaling of writing, you can also take pictures and videos. It's beautiful, it's amazing for you to watch and replay some of the beautiful things that beautiful experiences you've had with your family. Maybe when you went on vacation, or you went for an outing, just seeing the laughter, the smile that you put on your spouse, or your spouse put on you, is a constant reminder of you are living a new life. The old is gone and you've started a new thing, and let's focus on the new thing. Remember, when you began this video, we talked about some of the things that could have triggered these emotional walls, and one of them are what you actually saw. So you have to see other things. This includes also hanging out with couples, or seeing other couples that are actually having a good marriage, where holding hands is okay, where saying I love you and wholeheartedly is fine, where a certain kind of affection is okay. I hope I make sense. Because you want a new experience, you need to surround yourself with positivity. Your mind has been filled with the negative words, the negative things you saw, the negative things you did. But just imagine, every time you're flooded with those negative emotions, you maybe go to your phone and just look through all those reels. Watch the videos on vacation, when you're building those castles, running around, watching the sunset. Record some conversations of your spouse. So every time you have those negative conversations ringing, you're not good enough, you're not worth it, you replay some of the audios that your wife sent you, the audios that your husband sent you, those text messages. Go through them. They'll put a smile on your face and lift you up out of that emotional wall. Those are different steps that you can take to actually bring down that wall. And lastly, spend as much time as possible with your partner. Over the weekends, if you remember you spent the whole week at work, spend time with your partner. Spend a little more time in bed. Spend more time in the house, or spend time out. Stay with them, stay with the family, so that you recreate new memories. You can as well make plans and just travel to the beach, travel out of the country, travel to a game park, make new memories to replace the old horrible memories. Well, that's what I had for you today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone you think will find this video amazing. See you in the next video.